What's going on with you folks?
How's it going? Happy 420.
Yeah.
We jumped on. Should we wait for people to come on?
No.
Never.
Yeah.
So, welcome to 420. What does 420 mean? Is it just an excuse for us to get together and smoke?
In some cases, for certain people, then I guess you could say yes.
But of course.
But also for the, I guess, what I would say for the real ones that actually do smoke, I mean, we don't celebrate like that because we smoke every day.
Right.
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, actually just got a happy 420 text message right now. But yeah, we celebrate that pretty much every day. So it's like, it's regular, but like I said, shout out to the ones that we do celebrate it. Obviously, we're celebrating it.
Right.
But yeah, it's not new to us.
Yeah.
It's not new to us.
You know, and I wish that, and you know, it was a hypothetical question. You know, like why, you know, what are we celebrating for? We're celebrating because we can. Life is about celebration. So we're going to take our first toke of the night. And who do we often think? The Most High. We thank God. Our ancestors. We thank his ancestors, my ancestors, your ancestors. You know, thank you for catching up with us. So we're going to just talk. It's a collaborative impromptu. So welcome.
Yeah, we pretty much freestyling this, but like I said, it's happy 420. This is stuff that we always do, and if you know us, you know that already. You know, but yeah, we celebrating with y'all today. You know what I'm saying? We do what we do, but we celebrate with y'all today. Happy 420 to y'all once again. You know, now let me tell us what kind of weed you like. What do you type? I can't talk right. What's your favorite strand, or you know, things of that matter? You know.
For that matter, what's your favorite way to smoke it?
Yes.
Right, like my buddy over here, the great Greg. He loves blunts.
Yeah.
I know you know what I like. I prefer a good bowl. That doesn't mean I won't smoke the blunts, though. You know, yeah.
Same. Like you said, I'm a blunt smoker, but if someone rolls like a joint or something, I'm not gonna turn it down. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not a joint roller per se. You know,
right.
You know, I'm a blunt smoker. You know, and even when I had pipes or bongs and stuff like that, I was never really that big on them.
Right.
But I was always like kind of somewhat off and on too as well, because sometimes I would stop for a while, then I'll give like little certain things away, you know. But I'll give to certain people that you know,
right,
you know, that I know that will continue to swing.
Right.
But yeah, it's been something I've been doing off and on. You know? So yeah.
Yeah. No, certainly. I feel like if you are 420 friendly, you know, smoke with us. You know, so we're doing Instagram Live, and then we're doing our regular YouTube style, you know. But you know what, guys? Because this is a 420 chat, or you know, catch up or celebration, we're going to help remind you to always be sanitary when sharing things. You know, I feel like it's kind of silly when you're making out with the person that you're sharing blunts or pipes with to sanitize it, because it's kind of silly, right? Because you're already making out. But I feel like with everybody else, kind of sanitize it. And in general, too, I'm like, I hope nobody gets offended when I sanitize my stuff. I have a little Clorox wipe. If you guys, Clorox wants to sponsor us, that is fine. We will sell out. We will promote your products. Actually, I'm using Lysol wipes, so Lysol. So I'm using that to disinfect it, right? And then I'm because I'm very considerate. I'm going to wipe it off, making sure there's no residue of that, and now it's fully clean for my brother here to use. Okay, so and that's how we want to share. You know, there's kids that stayed. Oh, for sure, thank you. And you know, when you have let's talk about when you don't have a wipe, when you don't have a disinfectant, just use the finger rule, right? Put your fingers in between, or if it's a pipe, you put your hand around it, make a little butthole little, so that you can remember.
Yeah.
Make a little, thing like that. Make a little hole with your thumb and your index finger, and smoke when you have a pipe. If you don't have a disinfectant, now what I'm gonna do, he just handed it to me, but I disinfected it. Let's say you don't have one. We're gonna finger this. Just put your fingers over the area, right? And just instead of putting your lips on the blunt, hit your fingers and suck straight up in. No cross contamination. 2 fingers, very easy. Always this way, and it'll be good. You know what I mean? So, cheers to you. Cheers to you. Cheers to you learning. We're not afraid of like smoking on screen. You know what I mean? Eventually, we're gonna be monetized, and we're gonna look back at this stuff and be like, "Oh, remember when we weren't monetized?" But for now, we're gonna smoke because it's a 420 episode. It's 420 friendly. Smoke up, and the best thing is to do it the right way, right? Don't let it kick your ass. Don't be like that dumb song. I was gonna go to work, but then I got high.
Shout out to Afro Man.
He's cool and everything, but can you remake that song? Like to say like I got super high and then I got very productive. I got super high and then I worked out. You know what I mean? Something. I feel like not every stoner is a couch potato.
That's big facts right there.
Yeah.
But some of us that may smoke every day and actually go to work every day. Even though like weed is legal in California, doesn't mean we can actually smoke on our breaks. For the most part, wait till your ass get home. Just don't let it affect your work. Because like I said, there is certain jobs out there that go drug tests, and like I said, we just smoke weed.
Yeah.
We're not no crackheads, we're not no tweakers, we're not none of that shit. So, to each your own.
To each your own. But
that's not us. We do what we do.
Yeah. Whitney said it best. She said crack is whack. Bless Whitney Houston, wherever she may be. I'm sure she is in paradise singing to God. So, and somebody will avenge her murder, by the way. I don't know why I think that, Greg. I don't know why I fucking think that somebody, excuse me, but we're smoking, we're toking, and most of all, remember, this can be a religious practice. Yeah. Remember, you can involve free Whitney. I love Whitney. Whitney, so I'm sure she is next to God. You know what I mean? But I do believe she was some sort of a sacrifice or something, and I don't appreciate that. And I hope she kicks their ass from the other side, or at least her family does it for her.
God bless her.
For sure. But back to this is why we smoke, because sometimes I be thinking about Whitney and the injustice. Just think about that lady Shaquilla. Yeah, they killed her in Cabo, Mexico. That lady.
I'm talking about that group of people that went down here. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. And then recently, those kids that have been being killed. It was a black kid first. It was a beautiful melanated child. He was he's 14 or 15 first. They got shot by some racists. That racist didn't even open the door. Shot him through the glass window. And miraculously, that kid is surviving. God bless that kid. May he have, just the spirit of incredible protection by him for the rest of his life. And wealth, health, and happiness and joy always find him. And obviously, miracles are a way of his life because he's surviving it. He got shot twice in the head. And along with this other little lady, she was a white girl. She was I hear that white people think saying Caucasian is offensive. So I'm not even sure what to say about them anymore. But she was white, and she got shot up by just rolling up into the wrong driveway or something like that.
I've been hearing about this. Matter of fact, in the state of Texas, I remember hearing this was maybe yesterday or the day before. I was reading something on the news section and the Facebooks, whatever. Some girl, these 2 cheerleaders. She went to, I guess, to this guy's car. They went to the wrong car basically, and both of the girls got shot.
What?
And they arrested the dude or whatever, but one part of me thought was like, what if he felt like he thought he was getting robbed or something? You know what I mean? Then he was, protecting himself. Because in the state of Texas, can't you carry a gun on you?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I thought. But I mean, but still, it was still kind of it's scary and it's fucked up. That they got shot. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's one thing I thought was like a situation where he thought maybe you get robbed. But other than that, like, it's been going on a lot where people been getting shot. Like I said, people putting into the wrong driveway or something like that, or knock on the wrong door, and the next thing you know, you're dead. Like for a small little mistake. It's sad.
Yeah, yeah. And this, like my creative mind works, and then I think of all the ways that we can make bulletproof clothing, and I'm like, oh God, well, we have to make bulletproof like head casings. What are we gonna do, guys? It's worth it. It's worth it to save lives.
Yeah, there's already bulletproof backpacks.
There's bulletproof backpacks.
Yeah.
But I encourage if any engineer ever catches this or whatever, and I'm putting it out to the universe. That people that are in the invention fields start to invent things that will seriously prolong our lives by protecting us as best you can. You know what I mean? Like, use all the knowledge you can to help with the problems at hand, because what it's the truth is, and he put up a funny meme the other day, right? Something about like, if you outlaw guns, there's still like there's still criminals that don't give a shit about laws.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be people that obey laws, but at the same time, it's like there's gonna be people that are like already they don't give a shit about no damn laws. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you could say they're lawless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, to each their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also, I believe in protecting yourself. To a world, because we do live in a fucked up, crazy ass world.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Protect yourself by any means. But not necessarily go out there and go be looking for trouble. Don't just be shooting niggas just because, like I said, someone just put into your driveway. Like I said, they may be turning around or something. It happens. Even being a driver that, you do shit like that. You may you go U-turn.
Right.
It happens. You don't want to end up getting killed for doing like a U-turn into my fucking driveway. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I think that people are hyper paranoid. And, let's use our smoking session here, because smoking definitely increases the vibration of prayer. That they ought chill out. There is no other word I can use right now. That the spirit of calmness just overtakes them, because, this is not the way we got to treat each other. What if it's you next time? What if the exact opposite, the exact same thing happens to those people that did it? They're going to learn a sorry lesson, and perhaps they're not going to have a miracle by their side, because karma serves you exactly what you deserve.
Yeah, I'm a strong, I'm a strong believer in karma just in general. So, I mean, I believe the bad that you put out there will come back, and the good that you put out there will come back.
Exactly.
A lot of people act like they half-ass believe in karma, meaning like, they'll do some fucked up shit, and when that fucked up shit comes back to them, they wonder like why, and it's like, you done some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Then I like I said, I believe that if karma doesn't hit you, it could hit your kids or something like that. You want to be careful, like the things you say and do. Even nowadays, you gotta watch what you say. It's people. We live in an oversensitive world, and it is what it is. But just be careful.
Definitely be careful. Is it cool to be like Malcolm X Jr.? I'm sorry, Malcolm X Jr. See, what happens is when you smoke weed, sometimes things get crosswired. The medicine is doing its work, you guys. But what I wanted to say is Martin Luther King Jr. But I guess Malcolm X, he's here in the house, and he wants to say what's up. Remember that Malcolm X was a criminal, and then he found Islam. And so he became one of the most powerful people to ever excite a revolution from the more melanated community, right? You have to remember that Black's law is equated with what they fucking stamp on you, right? So you don't play their game. This is a monopoly. We didn't sign up for it. And then just like Martin Luther King, when he said we were coming back for reparations, they shot him up. So now in these times, we have to invoke the greatest of gods, the true and living God. Not to say he wasn't on God's side. Malcolm, I'm sorry, look at Malcolm trying to sit down in between us, you know, trying to say, speak, sister. And I'm like, oh, brother, let me finish what I want to say about MLK. So, you know, he was somebody that preached nonviolence. That's what I wanted to say about that. The man, he just had like such a gentleness about him. And this is why he preached that way. You know what I mean? And to be able to say that, because I cannot say that, Greg. I cannot say turn the other cheek. I cannot say that. I cannot say turn the other cheek. I'm going to slap you right back. I'm sorry, I'm okay. Rest in much power. But I cannot. I will slap you back. And you know, so that's why we have to balance the scales of things. We're not a generation that's going to passively, aggressively move. You don't get to fire hydrant me to fucking death. You don't get to put dogs on me. You don't get to do this again. You know, you don't get to use your mental deficiencies and mental health diseases to suppress us anymore. You don't get to do that. And who is that? The powers that work, right? Because all this time you've been trying to fight what? They are akin to us. They are our brothers, they're our sisters, but they have a mental deficiency. I'm gonna tell you right now, racism is a mental deficiency. It's a health problem. It's a disease. Say all those KKK members that throw in their yearly fees, they all need to be put in the loony bins.
You're right. But I mean, a lot of them are in government and Congress, and some of them turning their uniforms into, you know, like I said, you know, the police uniforms and doctor uniforms and shit like that. You know, giving you medicine that you're not really supposed to be taking. Yeah. But you think you are. But, you know, I get exactly what you said. You know? Yeah.
There was a study that came out that said you're like more likely to be healed. Basically, it said that you're more likely to be healed from a melanated person, from the people that don't want to walk away from the black yet, right? Because it's just a stamp, guys. It's what people label you as, you know. So like I'm always going to say I'm Mexican because that's what I am. But I have all these other ethnicities to do. To be honest, you want me to sit here and explain all my ethnicities? We don't have the time. But that's where my nationality hails from. Although I was born in the United States, so that makes me a citizen, and it gives me all kinds of other different rights. But it also puts me in a category of the people that can fight and will. You know, we're gonna balance the scales here. You know what I mean? And more power to the people.
Yeah. She preaching right here.
Because Malcolm X is sitting right here. You imagine how young he was when he passed away. He had so much other else to say. You think about who Malcolm X was. If you don't know who he was, check him out. And there's so many other melanated beings on the planet that have done so many other great things, guys. Don't stop where you think that Black History Month ends, that your interest in your background has to end. If you're of the melanated, you know, community, you learn vigorously, guys, because that's how you get them, with the knowledge. With the knowledge is the power, and with the regaining of the power, with us is the structure that they have built their fucking power. And all we gotta do is move around, scatter around, and build ourselves our own communities. I'm not saying go to the fucking woods. I'm saying bring our tribes back. You know, bring our villages back. Help each other sing our soul songs to each other, and remind ourselves of our purpose. Today, our purpose is to smoke, and that's not all we did. Because some of us I went to hell to work. I got called in early today. I was like called out of bed. I was like, and I'm here now sharing my free time. I still got to do other things. After we're done with this, I got to do other things for work. And weed doesn't stop you. If it stops you, then that's what you're inclined to do. That's what you wanted to do, to stop. You know.
I can understand if you want to like smoke and relax. You know, that's understandable. You're done with your day. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But don't be that one person who's like, oh yeah, I'm lazy because of weed. No, you're just lazy because you're lazy. Don't blame. Don't be. Just don't be doing stupid shit and just trying to just blame me. Pretty much, just pretty like that. Yeah, cause that's you. That's you. Like I said, I understand. You know, like it does relax you to extent, or depends on what you're smoking. Right. But I know people that do stupid shit and I'm like, oh, it's the weed. Nah, you just stupid. Bless your heart, but
right. Yeah. I think you know, the very first time, you know, and maybe this is a cool time to share. Maybe I don't know if we have shared our first time smoking stories. Have we?
Possible, but you know,
I don't know. We gotta search it out and go back. But you know, the first time I got high, I must have smoked like a heavy indica, and I fell right asleep. And so I said, "This is a great medicine to sleep, but I don't need help." You know, and so I didn't smoke for a minute until I needed help with insomnia. So which I picked it up again, and now I use it for every other things. But because by the time I started using it as medicine, I became a little bit more holistic. You know, in my practice, and whether you want to believe you're holistic when you're smoking weed, that's what you're doing. You're being holistic. You're being homeopathic. You know, this is natural medicine, and although it's kind of like to our generations that are used to popping pills, you know, it's true that it's a medicine. You just can look back at that one. What is that one? Where they like make weed look all bad? Reefer Madness. Yeah. There's propaganda against everything, guys. Gosh, there was even propaganda against, you know, people. There's even propaganda against people, and all you have to do is look back in history and see the propaganda on people.
Yeah, there's a big stigma on the whole marijuana thing, and you know, like I said, the people who fuck with it know. You know, like I said, the active people who fuck with it know. Right. That it's not that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's not crack. It's not like it's not meth. You know, it's not fentanyl either. So
those things are man-made. Yeah. Chemicals are involved, are produced, and it's just, guys, it's bad. I've seen people go from like, man, they age so fast when you do those drugs. Yeah. You age incredibly fast. If the point is to relax, you know, I recommend weed, but then sometimes I recommend finding exercise as your drug. You know, maybe stay away from drugs if you're an addict. Yeah. You know, be addicted to working out. Yeah. Get something that was hard to read out. Like, read a book. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes certain people are like, oh, I get tired when I read a book. Hey, if you get tired when you read a book, hey, at least you read a chapter. You know, you learned something within that chapter or whatever. I don't know. You know, me personally, I love to read. That's why I mentioned that shit. So, yeah. But I know there's times when I'll be like wanting to read a book and but I know I'm tired, but I was like, let me just finish this chapter, you know what I'm saying? You fall asleep. Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, let me finish it, let me read this paragraph, or maybe a little mark or some shit so I can know where I'm at. But yeah, like I said, that's one thing you can do. Read anything that interests you. Go to Barnes and Noble. Library. Personally, I loved the library when I was younger, but I'd rather go to like I said, like a Barnes and Noble or some shit, and actually buy a book and stuff like that. I have a little collection of shit.
have a little library for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
I love books, guys. And if you think you can't read while you're high, you're mistaken. Try it. I just encourage you to do stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes, a lot of times I smoke and I do other things. I'm very productive on weed.
Yes.
There's times where you hit that indica, that real deep ass indica, where it puts you to sleep. So always be aware of the things that you're smoking. Like the other day, see, I don't smoke straight up sativas. I either go hybrid or I go like a good indica, but it depends, right? I'm always kind of aware of what I'm smoking and what I'm gonna do that day. I'm already kind of hyper, so I don't need a sativa because that's a straight up you'll be like, Buster the Rabbit or whatever, Speedy Gonzalez, and I'm already Speedy Gonzalez, and so you times two times however good that weed is, and sometimes it gives me anxiety, so I don't want that one. So I learned my sorry ass lesson, grabbing some weed the other day, and I said, oh no. I paid a sorry price, I was like, no wonder we get different weeds,
Yeah, and like I said, like everybody's different, what I'm saying? Everybody reacts different towards different, like I said, different weeds and stuff like that. Certain people get paranoid. Me, I don't really get paranoid, stuff like that. But, like I know certain people do. Also, certain people get hungry. 9 times out of 10, everybody's gonna get hungry. You know what I'm saying? We all get hungry. Everybody like to eat. I don't know anybody who said, no, nigga, I don't like to eat.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard nobody say no shit like that. That would be weird.
Yeah.
No, nigga, I don't like food like that, dog. I don't know, player.
So people are like that.
Yeah, like, I mean, I understand if you're on a diet. I get that. Say you're on a diet. Don't say I don't like food. Like,
yeah.
That sounds weird. Like,
yeah, or maybe just say you're fasting or some shit. You know what I mean? But whatever. But he's making a point. Let us enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, the people in the 420 community, whether you use it for medicine or for fun, recreational or medicine, you still got to know how to use it. Remember that whatever you're definitely putting in your body is making, breaking, shaking you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when I smoke a doobie, I feel like they're super kind and loving. Everybody's, fluffy and cool because I feel fluffy and cool. Literally because weed has been shown to lower your body temperature. Science already knows this. You know what I mean? They've done so much research on weed, on marijuana, on cannabis that they know exactly what it's bad for. Up until it became legal in California, you couldn't research it to see how good, what the good benefits are. You could only research it to see what the bad benefits are. And so that's really funny, and so then you go back to the propaganda, what heals you makes you stronger, I'm like, let weed therapize you, let weed therapy you.
Yeah. I got what you're saying. But yeah, it does. Some people you do use it as a therapy tool, I guess you can say. It does make you think, what I'm saying? Especially like just say like your shit.
Wow. Blunt malfunction.
Yes.
So basically, we're making a mess here with the blunt. Maybe it's time the blunt should be over. And we have, we're going to be here for a little minute, but we have more things to share. I mean, I feel like, guys, take advantage. I'm not saying become a pothead, become, everyday smoke. But if that's what you do, I feel like I encourage you to make it more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like if you use it to rest good. go get your massage. Go get all your good stuff done. You have a massage bed. Get into that. Get into sunbathing. Dr. Sebi, he's some doctor that has passed away from. I'm not sure what he passed away from, because his book, he has actually some lady put it together, but it's about all his like diet stuff called Dr. Sebi Bible. It's not a diet, it's more like a lifestyle change and stuff like that. And so he says that we should be getting an hour to 2 hours. If you're more melanated, you should be getting like 2 hours of sun a day. And so I feel like I'm right in the middle. Like I'm in the middle. I'm not white, and I'm not super duper melanated at all. And so I've started to do an hour a day, and I do my breathing exercises. I sometimes even work out, and sometimes I get bored and I do some extra gardening. And so I feel just like use it to and never abuse it. If you notice yourself kind of abusing it, challenge yourself to see how long one hit can go. Because think about this, guys. Science tells us that one hit will hit, like its full medicinal effects will hit within 30 minutes. So what does that mean? For us smoking bowl after bowl after bowl. Have you ever been smoking bowl after bowl and we'll say something like, "Whoa, that was a creeper."
Smoking blunt after blunt after blunt, and like, fuck, I'm supposed to go do something.
Right. So control your use. If you want to have a blunt in your mouth while you're doing things, have at it, guys. Remember, the ashtray needs to be nearby. Yeah. I'm not saying don't do these things. But be productive. We are, especially this time when the sun's getting into Taurus, but it's in Aries. But what that means is fire. For those of you that don't give a shit about astrology, just like remember that it's the hot time right now to do hot things. So do them all for yourself. School's gonna start enrolling for the people that need to enroll. If that's a reminder for anybody, it's whatever you do in life. If it's time to start that new book, if it's time to, plant those germinate. You should have already been germinating your weed seeds and all your other seeds. And I encourage you to do more of that, guys. Exercise right now. It would benefit so much more.
Try to get as healthy as you possibly can.
Dude, that's the number one thing that I'm talking about here. The Dr. Sebi. Oh God, there's so many good ass shit. We'll have a whole episode on that one day. Cause
I know it's easier said than done, but especially when you already got like bad habits, I guess you per se.
Yeah.
But trying, what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying is, trying and effort is like one of the best things.
Right.
What I'm saying?
Right.
As long as you got that, then you should be good, what I'm saying? But don't try your best not to give up. So, I know it's easier said than done, but just try your best not to give up.
Yeah. Never give up on life. You know what I mean, guys? Whatever that means, make yourself like, I feel like you cannot compare yourself. You can do whatever you want, but you can't compare yourself to another person and say like, oh, like, I'm not like them, and oh, I don't have their this and their whatever it is. Remember that jealousy can be a bitch, and that's almost like giving an evil eye. Like, don't be jealous of people, guys. If you see something cool in someone or something, do that for yourself, and see that probably it brings you joy. You see a person dancing like this in their car all the time. You see that weird neighbor, she's like dancing, he's dancing. Why don't you fucking get used to that instead of hating on their parade?
Let them live.
Thank you. Let them dance. As long as they're being coordinated and they're not dancing all over the road.
Hey.
Why don't you bring your favorite CD? I mean, they don't have those anymore. Your favorite songs on YouTube or Spotify, whatever you do.
Apple Music, whatever you got, whatever you listen to your music, you do that. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's problem nowadays. They don't mind their business, and once a person reacts to them, someone not minding their business, like, oh my God, it's your fault. No, you shouldn't be minding your fucking business.
The truth is that you should always mind your business. Ayanna Van Sant, you know Ayanna Van Sant?
Name sounds familiar, but
she's part of Oprah's crew and all that. Okay. So Oprah,
I know my nigga Stedman now.
Shout out to Stedman. Because if you can bag Oprah, wow. Shout out to Stedman. Shout out to Oprah. Sing to Oprah. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that what you need. Gosh, I lost my train of thought. We were talking about
Oprah and Stedman.
Iyanla Van Sant said, and you were talking about, basically mind your business. She said, she coined the phrase, stay in your lane. Too. It works. It works. Stay in your lane. When I see drama happening, a lot of times I have to say, like, not my business, not my monkeys. Not, or not my circus, not my monkeys. Say, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you have to say, not my family, not my problem. Whatever you want to say. And in all sense, we are all family. But in another sense, a lot of things are in your business. One of my favorite prayers is, help me to know what is mine to do and what is not for me to do. And as well, keep my mind out of other people's business and let me handle my business. Amen. Ashe.
Certain things will save you and headache.
Yeah.
So, just, I understand, like I said, depending on what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Some business you may have to mind, but you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, if you just live and shit, do it. Fuck that.
True. So,
mind yours. You got it.
Dude, I love that. Mind your business, stay in your lane, you're gonna be all right. So, one of the proper ways, okay, because remember, like, I gave this to you, I was gonna start, but then I said, let's put a little prayer on it. We can, and one of the cool prayers I learned from Ayanna Van Sant, she said, she said, prudent and benevolent spirits. Benevolent meaning they help, right? They help in a good way. Take this as a sign of gratitude for all that we have and all that ever was and all that ever will be. And also take, oh gosh, you know what? I used to have it memorized, but it says, so that your spirit may grow stronger and stronger. And we give praise to the Holy Spirit around here. We give praise to God. Sometimes I reference it as Mother, Father, God, but just as like super duper duper respect on my part, but in general, I just call it God, and that's I don't mind when people call it Father or His. It's like, do you?
Father God.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have much respect? I love that shit. In Spanish, we say papi chulo sometimes.
As far as like God?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah. I was taught as a kid to say papi chulo, and that's me addressing Father God. So we give thanks, to all of it, because really we are childs of creation, guys. And we should be thankful that we have lungs and we've found a way to put this on a utensil that gets into our tissues so deliciously, guys. Have you ever just smoked that one? Yeah, it's that one. But I also have gotten that runner's high. I've also gotten that bicycle person's high. I've also gotten like that workout high. After 15 minutes, you get a high. You get a workout high. I guarantee you. But right now we're celebrating the ancestors and the fact that we can do this, that we're healthy enough. And that's it. Amen. More power to us. Ashe.
Again, I know it's been a minute since we recorded or whatnot. We have been going around living our lives, but we haven't forgot about y'all.
We have so much life.
Yes, and of course we haven't forgot about each other because we always keep in contact with each other.
Right.
So, so yeah, we shall be coming out with some more stuff.
We'll come back with you again if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, because I think if you've been following thus far, you've noticed that we talk about very random things. And, excuse me, we share our opinion very passionately or very prolifically, you know. Why, guys? It's because, you know, we just feel like it, huh? What happened one day? I feel like we were talking, and you know, I think he's a genius, and you have to hype up your friends. I'm not saying blow smoke up their butt. I'm saying hype up their intelligence, because sometimes they need to be reminded what Einstein did. You can do what Tesla's doing. You can do that's what I mean. Elon Musk, the Tesla guy. What Tesla, the original Tesla. Find out what he did. Yeah. Nikola Tesla. What he did, you can do. You have the same mind. Even if you were born with half a freaking brain, I'm sure that you can do the equivalent of like the dumbest criminal walking around. But this is why we come on here, to encourage your good shit. If you vibe high, like every low vibing person disappears in life. I guarantee you. I never usually run into like shitty ass people, because I'm trying to vibe high all the time. I'm doing my best, you know.
Yeah, it's always it's always good to. I can't talk right. It's always good to surround yourself with positive people. Even easier said than done, because you know there's certain people that fake positive. You know, meaning like they may have you around and may use you for something, and once they get something out of you, then they're gone. But also, you know, like I said, there's people that are not like that. They're genuine people out there.
You know, certainly.
You know what I'm saying? Find your own genuine person.
Yeah.
You know?
And guess what, guys? Being able to find the assholes in the group and the good people and the great people. And I'm sorry to label, because I feel like we're all one thing. We're all great. You know, once you start seeing equality, then you'll see the masterpiece that the Creator created. You know, the Creator didn't create us to hate each other. That's nonsensical. If you're a believer in the Bible, or Christ, right? Because that comes hand in hand. Then number one rule is to love God, and number two rule is to love each other. Right? So let's put some Christ on it. And in this one, we're really thankful for Christ and for his involvement in religion. Sometimes I talk a lot of shit about religion, but the point is that, you know, God captures your heart through other ways. Sometimes you're an atheist, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure you still have appreciation. I hope you still have appreciation for the planet that we're on. This is a Goldilocks planet. We're fortunate to even be alive, to have other life forms. Earth constantly creates, guys. Your cells, every 7 years, you're a completely different person, right? According to your cells. Or maybe it's 14 years. It's 7 years, I believe. But all the time, your cells are creating anew. And it's about what you eat. The sun is super important too, you know.
You're right.
What am I saying? And this will happen, guys. And this is just prolific talks. We want you to be encouraged to be prolific. How does that sound?
Speak freely. Say what's on your mind. You know, sometimes the truth hurts, but it's best to speak. You know, it's best to hurt someone with the truth versus some bullshit. You know, some lie. You know, me personally, I can't stand liars. We all have lied before, but you know, it's like why?
Yeah.
Like why? You know, just be honest and be truthful to yourself for the most part. You know, nobody really owes you anything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to really think about that. Nobody really owes you anything. I understand. Just say like you let somebody borrow $20, right? And yes. You know, you looking out.
Yes.
And now this motherfucker don't pick up the phone and be like months or whatever. And it's like, you know what? $20 that's how much it costs to get rid of that person.
Dang, that's deep.
So it's like that's how much they are valued, the relationship or whatever, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That person, you don't need that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's how much it costs to get rid of that person. $20 ain't shit.
All right, you're so right. Guys, you gotta have forgiveness, and when you loaned out stuff, consider it a loan. Consider it like part of your volunteer donation work, because you don't want to be sour about people owing you stuff. So what else do you have to say? Because I think we're gonna wrap it up.
I mean, especially if you're doing something from the heart, and let's say somebody out there is asking for some change or whatever, and there is certain people that be like, oh, this person just been spending on drugs, this, that, and that. It's like, how exactly do you know? Like, what if their situation is legit? You know what I'm saying? What if what if their situation really legit? But I mean, there is some scammers out there. But I also think if you're doing something that at the end of the day from your heart, it shouldn't matter what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, use it out for them. You may give them like $2 or $3, and in reality, you got like about $400 or $500. So that $2 or $3 ain't nothing. But also at the same time, like, if you're doing it from the heart, like I said, and you're being genuine, then it shouldn't matter, honestly, what you're going to do. Personally, that's what I believe. So, but
well, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like last words. Like.
But like I said, this is the 420 episode. We haven't been recording in a minute, but we will be right back to you guys. Also, along with the Asshole Network, we'll record some more episodes as well. Whether it's Instagram, YouTube, wherever. Eventually, we will try to get our shit on Spotify.
Eventually, well, we can do it now. I mean, that could be one of our goals when we're done.
Spotify, Apple Music, shit like that. However it works. You know what I'm saying? We will look into that. That's something that, like I said, we also look into other platforms and whatnot too as well. So once we get all of that situated, we can let you guys know.
You have time to go catch up on all the videos we have made. Because it's hard for me to call them podcasts. Because it's hard for me to call them podcasts. But like that's basically what they are. They're video casts,
video blogs or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, at the end of the day, Prolific Talks is a podcast. We do with what we got, but also we do better than what we had started with. You know what I'm saying? So we got some lights, we got some cameras, we got some little stuff that we didn't have in the beginning. Because in the beginning, we were doing stuff off our phones, and that shit was like hell. Yeah. Like trying to upload videos to YouTube and all that shit. Yeah. That should take forever doing shit on your phone after this one, just your phone itself.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of work. I really appreciate people that like edit their videos. I love people that really spend time on things. And, we're learning as we're growing. And because we both have other full-time jobs, and I'm saying plural, guys. So, or maybe part-time jobs, or whatever you want to call it. I feel like my life is like a 24-hour job. Yeah. When we're talking about my physical job, my spiritual job, because I take my spiritual job serious, as much as I take my physical job serious, I show up and I do my work. And, we encourage you to do the same. If we didn't live prolifically, it's kind of like Rihanna says, and then Tupac comes in to interrupt. But shine bright like a diamond. But it's not just so that you can be a poppin' ass, cool ass, G ass, fly ass person. No, it's so that you can help others shine. I hope that helps you know how important you are in the world. Because if you don't do what you got to do, how are we gonna do what what we're supposed to do because of your vibration. You know what I'm saying? So some of us are here to raise the vibe higher. Some of us are here to love a lot. But Tupac came in because all he said was take the evil out of people, they be acting right. They will be acting right. That's what he's saying. You know, can I get an amen on stopping and defeating and not acting evil? I didn't say do not defend yourself. I'm not a MLK. I'm saying don't act evil. That's all it takes.
By any means necessary.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, they say in the streets that there's a twin planet out there. I know it sounds really weird. There's a twin planet just like us. I don't know if it has us like in other forms, but something tells me maybe. But all they do on this twin planet, so I hear, according to this grandmother time book that I have, all they do over there is help each other grow. Help each other. That's like their life. Like there's no evil, there's no jails because no one's doing crime, no one's doing fucking dumb shit. No jealousy, no spite, no greed, because everyone is helping to help each other. They help themselves. You know, what happens on an airplane? What do they tell you? Help yourself first, put that little mask on, and then help like the person next to you. I don't know. Right? They tell you that help yourself, shine bright like the diamond that you are. And it's not a euphemism, guys. There's crystals in our shit.
Yeah. There's
literal crystals in our DNAs. Our brain and the pineal gland, you have crystals. And not only that, you have study, guys. Study physiology, study all kinds of great stuff, guys. Get out there and meditate, and the universe will whisper all her secrets to you.
It's good to have friends that's on their shit. You know, that knows what they're talking about.
You guys. No, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm just like over here helping you, helping us celebrate 420. I hope that every time that you smoke, that you remember that there's other people on the planet doing the exact same thing you're doing. And something I learned, because we're part of a crew, and I love you. If you don't smoke, that's okay. But I extra love you if you smoke. I'm going to tell you why. Because smoking, and I like this one, smoking is just another way to reach the angels. Baby honey child, that's all you're trying to do, as we are doing right now. And if you're getting lit, let the lituations happen.
Yes.
Yes. That's funny. And remember to be sanitary. You know what I mean? You put a condom on. You know what I mean? Be sanitary.
Yeah. If y'all not trying to take care of no babies, don't be out there fucking raw. Yeah. I get it. You know.
But if you're Nick Cannon,
you got that money.
You got so many kids. Shout out to people that are having all the children, because I love that.
Shout out to the babies of the world.
Shout out to the little babies. Did you know that there's THC in breast milk?
Really?
Check it. There is THC in breast milk. Check it out. It's the truth. But you guys, I hope that you guys have enjoyed our comeback. We are definitely living in joy. And every time we're praying for you, yeah, and you're like, man, how do you know that I'm even here? Because we pray for the collaborative collective of human beings. We're part of a crew called sentient beings on this planet. We recognize ourselves. We even want to know who we are. We're like, why are we here? Where exactly are we? What are we? When are we? When were we? Who are we? What we want to know about our past stuff. Some of us don't believe in past lives, but I do. I do. And I'm like, who was I? It's more important to know why and who are you now. Check it out. And that sometimes weed tells you, speak to see, right? Has it ever like spoken to you? It just shuts the thoughts off. And then I don't know, just I love weed. I love weed, and we wouldn't. We have the receptors like any mammal to pick up all the good medicine that weed has. You know, all the good stuff that cannabis has. So from that lady, I learned anyway that going from like topic to topic real quick like that is like part of like ADHD. So I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but so that lady taught me to kiss my weed. I know it's silly, right? I don't make out, I don't French kiss my weed, guys. But I will kiss it lightly and I thank it and I pray over it. Richly blessing every single person that had a way in bringing it to me. Remember that one seed, I don't know, because a lot of us aren't growers, right? But one seed takes about 4 to 5 months to bloom, to be fully mature. So every time you're picking up your eighths, your quarters of your beautiful, delicious herb, remember that it took someone 4 to 5 months to care and take for you gotta feed that thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't just grow off light. You gotta feed it water and nutrients, all that stuff. And so enjoy it, but also know that it's a sacrament, it's a prayer tool, it's a medicine, and it's for fun too. I mean, I'm not gonna, I have fun.
Yes, a lot of times, like I said, everybody reacts different towards it. Me personally, it relaxes me. I'm a chill person, for the most part, so it relaxes me more. I'm still productive, while I do it. I'm not like one of those lazy smokers, I guess. There is some out there, but, don't.
Shout out to the lazy smokers.
Yeah, shout out to the lazy smokers, but we're not them. We're not them.
Sometimes
yes, we have our days, you know what I'm saying? We have our days. We're allowed to have our days,
Yeah.
Anybody and everybody, we're allowed to have our days.
True.
Especially if you're a hard worker, have you a fucking day.
Yeah.
Self-care. We support that.
Yeah. And I'm going to say right now, I'm going to throw a prayer up in the air for those people dealing with being I feel like it's okay to use it as your medicine and for fun, and then you have addict. Like you can't even put the shit down for like nothing. Yeah. And then look, to each his own. I love you, but from a person that used to use it in an addictive ways, I encourage you to try to use it less and less. But do you. I love you, but much respect. It takes 4 to 5 months to grow your medicine, your beautiful herb that we're enjoying right now. It took somebody's, a while to curate it, to make it, to put it into being, and the earth and the water, the ethers, and then we get the fires going on, from the earth. So, anyways, got anything to say? I just pray you do all these things and enjoy. Yeah. I know sometimes you gotta light up because you're mad, right? Like if you're like me, I'll be mad and I'm like, oh, I just don't know. And I'm like, yeah.
Like I said, if you smoke, you smoke.
Ooh, my bad.
If you drink, you drink. If you do crack, you do crack.
Crack is whack.
Yeah, it is whack. But to each their own, you know what I'm saying? If you drink water to chill, to relax yourself, hey, I love you. You know what I'm saying? You support all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily, like I said, the crack is whack. I was joking about the crack, you know what I'm saying? If you doing crack, nigga, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Try to get off that crack.
Yeah, get off that.
It makes you have terrible wrinkles and you'll look terrible. I promise.
It's whack.
Yeah, it really is whack. Whitney was right. But we appreciate you tuning in. And by tuning in, remember that we want to lift you as high as you possibly can be. Okay? If you hear a voice inside your head saying, no, I cannot be happy, ask it why. Put yourself a little like, dude, oh shit, what is that?
Yeah,
why?
certain time.
Oh shit, that's crazy. All right, so if you're thinking why, oh god dang. So we just lost Insta, but we're gonna wrap it up. I guess it's the universe saying let's wrap it up. That was it. We're gonna enjoy more ceremonial tokes, and we give them all to the Most High. And so we thank you for checking in with us.
We appreciate y'all. We'll be back with more. At the end of the day, we do be running around doing our own stuff. But yeah, like I said, we keep in touch with each other. So at the end of the day, we don't forget about you guys.
Right.
So yeah, stay tuned. We shall be back. We may throw in a little commercial in between.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know that we're still alive and kicking. But other than that, if you haven't checked out our other episodes, go check out our other episodes. So, season 1 and, other episodes in season 2 as well.
Check us all out. Get to know us. Get to know the things that we talk about. Talk back to us, like and share and subscribe. I feel weird saying that, but you know what? The Simpsons made a funny episode on everybody having like a podcast or a video cast. And everybody was like walking around with like their cell phones or their cameras, just like doing podcasts. And they were like, share, and subscribe to everything. But do like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you.
Happy 420. Happy 4 every day. God bless you guys. Buddha bless you guys. God bless you guys. All that good stuff, Good night, good evening, good morning. Good.
Yes. God bless.
All right.
Love you.
All right.